Looks like they're doing scare tactics for cannabis again. Now it's a claim that a study is linking cannabis use with mental health illness when it could be backwards. People with mental health illnesses are using cannabis to help treat their mental health illnesses because it's been shown that cannabis is very useful in treating various disorders.
Well, new decades-long study surveying millions of people has discovered a link between marijuana use and psychotic disorders in young adults.
And now more medical experts are sounding the alarm on how high-potency cannabis and the legalization of recreational use could be exacerbating the nation's mental health crisis. NBC News medical fellow Dr. Akshay Syal joins.
Oh, it's the scare tactic of, oh, cannabis is stronger nowadays, so it's causing more problems with people when it's actually not.
Joins us now. Good to see you. So marijuana has been, we should say, proven to be very beneficial for some individuals in medical and even recreational settings, especially cancer patients undergoing chemo. But this specific study actually draws a different conclusion. Can you just tell us more about what they found?
Yeah, hey, Zinkley. So it's three studies, actually, that have come out in the month of May linking marijuana to a variety of mental health disorders, including depression, bipolar disorder, and even schizophrenia.
Okay, but there could also be a link with people with depression, bipolar disorder, and schizophrenia using cannabis to help treat their depression, bipolar disorder, which is, you know, uh, depression and mania and various other mood swings. Cannabis has been shown to help stimulate the parts of the brain that helps regulate mood. And schizophrenia, there's always been this claim that cannabis uh, uh, exacerbates schizophrenia, and there's really never been a link.
I should point out that these are observational studies, meaning that they don't prove a direct cause and effect relationship, but it's more evidence, Zinkley, just linking the use of marijuana to the development of these disorders.
Okay, so it's not a real study, just observations by people. Okay, but still, they don't know that these people could have had various mental health issues before they started using cannabis and decided to use cannabis to help that.
But this is a controversial topic. We don't know if marijuana is causing these disorders or if people who have these disorders are using marijuana to cope with their symptoms. But all the experts I talked to, including the NIH, the National Institute of Health, are worried it may be a little bit of both going on. There may be a sort of circular feedback where they're starting to feed off of each other, and that's what has experts so concerned.
It's really fascinating. The research shows the human brain doesn't fully develop, Dr. Sile, until you're in your mid to late 20s. So how does marijuana affect the brain, and is there potentially a safer age to start using it?
Yeah.
I mean, religion affects the brain if people are exposed to religion at a young age and can cause some extreme mental illnesses. But nobody's going around saying that, it's an issue.
Absolutely. I asked all the psychiatrists and mental health experts I talked to, when you give blanket statements, Vicky, in medicine, like don't ever smoke marijuana, don't use it, it's bad, people tend not to listen to you. So I asked them, if people want.
Yeah, because adults usually tend to be hyperbolic about cannabis use, and then when, people actually use it, they're like, oh, I'm not dying like, the drug commercials would say. And this feels good. I want to do more of it because cannabis does no harm to people, just makes them feel good.
To use marijuana, how should they use it? Is there a safe age? And it turns out, yeah, if you want to use it, if you are going to use marijuana, wait until you're at least 26 is what they told me. You want to make sure you're outside of that area where the brain stops developing. It is the last organ in the human body to finish developing. And if you can, the law.
Should we keep kids away from a lot of things because they can shape a kid's brain until, a person is 26? This is kind of wild because you can say, uh, kids shouldn't be on social media because it has a negative effect on uh, their mental health, and we shouldn't allow people on social media until they're 26. I mean, yeah, we shouldn't let kids, be smoking cannabis unless they're 18. Also, unless it's for, medical use. because cannabis has a lot of medical uses, but it's just wild trying to say that people should be denied the use of cannabis until they're 26. That's well into being adult. Nobody's saying, people shouldn't drink alcohol until they're 26.
The longer you wait, the better off you're going to be, Vicky.